What's going on, guys? Seth here from Team Union Seth. I am back as your coach of the Philadelphia Fearows in our Week 2 battle in the RPL, our Little Cup off-season league, so 2.5, I guess you'll call it Season 2.5 of the RPL. We're going up against the Little Root Lillipups. So if you did not see the team builder, go back and check that out. It went up yesterday, so you can see why I'm bringing what I'm bringing. But as we can see in team preview, our opponent brought the Abra, the Scraggy, the Clink, the Cutie Fly, Piplup, and the Lillipup. So, my leads, I'm thinking. No coughing, so Gothita is a little less important, but it can still put in some work against some members of the team. It can trap the Piplup, maybe even the Clink if necessary, maybe the Scraggy. So coughing definitely not here. Does give Gothita a little less merit. Marini's pretty good in this matchup. Besides the Abra, it stops most of his team. I'm thinking in terms of leads, Piplup is probably likely, so I'm actually going to lead with my Gothita and maybe just trap something right off the bat. I'm thinking Piplup is likely to get up rocks, as there is the Piplup. So we are going to trap this thing, and I can just T-Bolt and pretty much just take it out. And then I don't have removal on this team, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to T-Bolt. We are Life Orb Thunderbolt. So you take this. We are going to take this thing out in 2 hits. We just see the Stealth Rock on the Piplup, and I'm just going to go for another Thunderbolt and knock it out. Not really much you can do about it. I am going to go first. I am faster, or unless we just want to speed die. We'll see if we can win it again. Or, I mean, you could definitely just be bulky and not speed invested. So that is very likely. As we see another T-Bolt, Gothita kills Piplup with Thunderbolt. So already off to a pretty good start. Now, unfortunately, my opponent did get the rocks up, but it's not too big of a deal for my team to deal with right at this moment. So yeah, the rocks are definitely a little bit unfortunate, but I am pretty glad to get rid of that Piplup because it was something stopping my Cyndaquil from potentially sweeping, and now with that gone, Cyndaquil definitely has a little bit more merit in this matchup. Because we outspeed most of the team. We outspeed everything but Cutie Fly and Abra, but I think I can take a hit from each of those, like one of them I can take a hit from, maybe. So we shall see what my opponent wants to do here. But that does definitely open up the door for Cyndaquil a little bit to really step in and wall break a bit. Probably going to see some sort of Shadow Ball here. Now, I am bulky. I am a pretty bulky. I mean, I'm offensive, but Gothita is naturally bulky. And it has the Eviolite. So I think I'm going to live whatever my opponent wants to go for. So I'm just going to Dark Pulse and potentially either break a Sash or not let it set up. As we see the Dazzling Gleam. So potentially predicting the switch into Purloin, we just go for the Dark Pulse. So we see Dazzling Gleam on Abra. Now, we did not see an item. It could be Life Orb. I'm actually going to calc that damage. We're going to see Gothita versus an Abra. Life Orb, Dazzling Gleam, 38 to 47. Yeah, that looks Life Orb to me. I don't think a Sash Abra would be doing 40%. 42.9, but yeah. So definitely a Life Orb Abra. So that is good information to know. And then we'll see the Magic card. Now, the question is, does my opponent go for... The question is, does my opponent go for the Shadow Ball, or do they go for another Dazzling Gleam? I'm actually going to go on a Purloin. I kind of want to go on a Purloin now, because I think he's going to go for a Shadow Ball. And, well, does Gothita have a ton of merit in this matchup anymore? Not really. I don't think I need Gothita very much anymore, so I think it's better to just sack this thing off. Yeah, I think it's just better to sack this thing off. As we see the Shadow Ball, that is totally fine. Shadow Ball, Abra kills Gothita with Shadow Ball. The good thing about this is now I can just come in and U-turn with my Purloin. And now we're really set up for the Cyndaquil endgame. Yeah, so I can just come in with Purloin and U-turn. Because we know he's Life Orbed. So U-turn is 100% my play. I knock this thing out and I can get in something like Marini. I mean, do I just want to go for knockoff? That would probably bring the Cutiefly in. Can't really do much about Marini. I'm going to U-turn and just sit there with Marini. Honestly, my opponent can't really do a whole lot about Marini being in. He needs this thing to beat Marini. And if I get rid of it, not breaking Marini. I mean, I'm sure Clint gets Wild Charge. So the U-turn on the Cutiefly. Now, at this point, I could go Cyndaquil. I could go Marini. Or I could go Cleffa. I don't want to go Cleffa just yet. I think I'd rather go Cyndaquil. And just get some chip damage off on the team. Because, let's see, is an HP Ground going to take me out? Let's see if an HP Ground is going to take me out. Let's just say your max attack, or max special attack. And you're timid. We'll give it, you know, we'll even throw a Life Orb on there. Hidden Power Ground to my Cyndaquil. Let's put you at level 5. It has a chance to kill if he's Life Orbed. Or it will kill after the rocks. That's a tough one. Still has a chance to kill even if he's not Life Orbed. Do I think he's HP Fire though? Or HP Ground? That is the question. Marini's just a great play one way or another. I think I just go into Marini and I'm going to set up a Toxic Spike. Originally, I was going to Scarf Cyndaquil, which I think might have paid off here, but that would have given me 2 Scarf Mons, which is not the worst thing, but it's also not always the best thing. So I'm just going to go for a T-Spike, and if he wants to, I don't think this thing gets Defa. Ooh, what do we see? Oh, that's right. I forgot this thing got Psychic. Dang. Yeah, that's my fault. I just completely threw away my my Marini. I wasn't even thinking about that. All right, that's fine. Cutiefly kills with Shattered Psyche. I say it's okay as I just threw away my Marini, which I said beat the rest of his team. So, what's my play now? Do I want to risk Gunk Shot? Not particularly. I go into Cleffa. I'm going to go Cyndaquil. I am going to go Cyndaquil. And I'm just going to fire off a Lava Plume. Get off some damage on something. That's really unfortunate. Like, that really sucks. That really sucks. Like I said, Marini beat down the entirety of his team. And I think I'd convinced myself that he couldn't beat me unless it was Abra. And I just completely forgot this thing got Psychic. So that is totally my fault. Wait. Did we make it that S tiers couldn't use Z crystals? I don't remember. I'm actually going to pull that up real quick because that is something that's possible. I just want to double check the rules real quick. Because I know Cutiefly is an S tier. I don't remember if we made it that S tiers couldn't use Z crystals though. I don't remember. But I am checking. What's my opponent going to do here? Probably going to go into something like Scrafty. Maybe sack off the Abra because you don't see the Marini anymore. Yeah, I don't think there was an S tier can't hold Z move ban. I don't believe so. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, that's fine. I remember us talking about that at some point. I don't remember if we actually put it into play or not. But, all good. So, let's see what my opponent decides to go for. I did just click Lava Plume because it hits the entire team. Lillipup doesn't really want to get burnt. Neither does Scrafty. And it's super effective on the Clink, obviously. Super effective on the Cutiefly. Considering how much time he's taking, I don't think he stayed. I don't think he has the HP ground, or he probably would have gone for it. So that does bode well for me. But let's see what my opponent wants to go for. If I can get rid of if he stays in and I can get rid of this Cutiefly, that would be huge. If I can get a burn on Scrafty, that would also be huge. I decided to go with Lava Plume. Well, 1, it does this basically the same amount as Flamethrower. 2, I didn't want the inaccuracy of Fire Blast. And 3, I didn't want to have to count on Eruption. There's the Lillipup. As we see it do a big chunk of damage. We don't burn. We will Speed Tie. I don't know if I want to risk that. I'd really prefer to not risk that Speed Tie, but I don't think I have much of a choice. I'll be honest. I don't think I have much of a choice. I'm going to go for Lava Plume and hope we outspeed. I'm just going to go for Lava Plume and hope we outspeed. Or win the Speed Tie. I don't think I have much choice because if he goes for... if he goes for any move, I think I'm probably going to die. If we live something, that's great. But... yeah. I mean, the Cyndaquil endgame is kind of done here. We're probably going to have to go more for the Haxorus endgame, or the Axew endgame. Now that I'm thinking about it. Finish it off with a D-Dance. D-Dance Axew. So we do win with the Speed Tie, if it was a Speed Tie. Cyndaquil kills Lillipup with Lava Plume. Alright. So now, what's his switch in here? Cyndaquil is still super threatening. Still very, very threatening to my opponent. I did make the EVs. If you didn't watch the video, I did make the EVs so that we were taking 10 damage from... I'm sorry, 1 damage instead of 2 from these Life Orb hits. Making sure my HP was at 19 rather than 20. Because it takes 10% rounded down. So 1.9 rounds down to 1 instead of up to 2. So... that's why we're taking such a little damage, which is really nice. So definitely something to be aware of when you are making spreads, when you're making Life Orb spreads, is to make sure that you guys have that number that'll round down to a less number. Like in Little Cup, that number you want is 19 if you're running a Life Orb rather than 20. There's the Abra. Can this Abra kill me with anything? I mean, I'm pretty sure it can. I'm pretty sure Life Orb Abra kills me with Psychic. Yeah. We get absolutely destroyed by Psychic. Is he going to overpredict and go for a Dazzling Gleam, though? That is the question. I think he's going to go straight up for a Psychic. I'm actually going to make the Planet Purloin, because there's no way he's going to overpredict again and go for the Dazzling Gleam. There's no way. There's no way he's going to overpredict again. Does that play just lose me the game, though? I still want Cyndaquil for that Clink. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the switch. Do we catch him? Yes! We got it right. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we see the Psychic. Beautiful switch. Alright. So now I kind of just want to knock off. We could see the Cutiefly come in here, which would be unfortunate. Predicting a knockoff or U-turn. I could Gunk Shot predicting that Cutiefly. Do I want to make that prediction, though? Do I really want to make that prediction? Predict the Cutiefly to come in again? Or do I just want to U-turn? I mean, I could U-turn into Cleffa. And then get, like, a Wish Up. Could also middle ground and play rough. There's definitely a middle ground play. Let me see how much it does to Cutiefly. Like, it could miss, which really, really would suck. Which is why I really don't want to go for it. But Play Rough does half, so I two-shot that thing. It's a tough decision. I think I'm just gonna U-turn. Because max special attack Cutie Fly is definitely not gonna do a ton to my Cleffa. Yeah, he's doing about half the Cleffa, and Flamethrower will knock it out from the range it's at. It's at 80%, so we have a good chance to knock it out. So that's actually what I'm going to go for. I'm just going to U-turn. There's the Clink. Okay. So glad I didn't Play Rough, glad I didn't Gunk Shot. And now I'm free to go on a Cyndaquil. This thing could be Scarfed, but I'm pretty free to go Cyndaquil. You see the Clink here. See how much damage this did. If he's Scarfed, I'm going to be upset. 10%, yeah, that's about right. So it is not bulky. Well, it's low bulky. Low bulky. I just go Lava Plume. Right? I think I just Lava Plume. Let's see why not. Yeah, we'll just go for Lava Plume. Because we outspeed unless he's Scarfed. I don't think Scarf Clink makes a whole lot of sense. Lava Plume does get the KO. Cyndaquil kills Clink with Lava Plume. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, I am pretty free to Play Rough. Play Rough will actually sweep through the team if I catch Cutie Fly on a switch in. So if I can get a little bit of damage on Cutie Fly, then Play Rough does win the game for me. There's a Cutie Fly. Is the Psychic gonna knock me out? Is the Psychic gonna knock me out? It will. It will knock me out. Do I need Cyndaquil? Not really. We don't outspeed anything but the Scraggy, and I can handle the Scraggy other ways. So I think my best option is sacking this thing off. So that's what I'm going to do. You see the Psychic? Alright. Cutie Fly kills Cyndaquil with Psychic. Now I could either go on a Purloin and put on offensive pressure, or I could go on a Cleffa and put on defensive pressure. It's not really pressure, I guess, but I could play a little more defensively. I could go for a Flamethrower if that is the case. I actually think that might be my better play, because if I kill the Abra, there's no reason for me to really not do that. Am I doing 20% to Abra? Yeah, Flamethrower does 31 to 42. So I go to Cleffa, and I 100% just Flamethrower. I'm going to calc how much we're doing on the Cutie Fly as well. 70 to 90. You already calced that before. So I kind of want to... I don't want to wish. I kind of want to just wish. Because Moonblast does 2 KO me. So I guess wish doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I'm just going to Flamethrower. Because it kills the Abra, it does a decent chunk to the Scraggy. If the Scraggy, or it does, yeah, it kills the Abra, it does a decent chunk to the Scraggy. It has a chance to kill the Cutie Fly. If the Scraggy comes in, I can Toxic it the following turn. If the Abra comes in, it dies. If the Cutie Fly stays in, it might die. And if it lives, it'll only live on a Sliver, in which I can come in and U-turn with my Purloin. There's the Moonblast, does 62.5, so we got a high roll. Got the highest of rolls, and we knock out the Cutie Fly. Wow, that's awesome. So Cleffa getting a kill in its debut matchup. Kills Cutie Fly. Can't spell it. With Flamethrower. Alright, that's fantastic. So now what does my opponent bring in? I guess you bring in the Abra. I guess you gotta bring in Abra. Yeah, you gotta bring in Abra. Unless you want to bring in like Scraggy and Poison Jab. There's the Abra. I guess I could like Z Aromatherapy. I'd kind of rather Wish. Well, okay, Z Aromatherapy would just heal me up all the way. That's what it would do. So if I live, I would just heal up all the way. Which honestly is probably my best play. If he doesn't kill me, that's probably my best play. So I'm going to Z Aromatherapy. You see the Dazzling Gleam, it does knock me out. It's all good. So Abra kills Cleffa with Dazzling Gleam. So now the question is, I definitely go Purloin, 100%. But the question is, do I play rough or do I U-turn? Well, let's calc play rough first. Before we do anything, let's calc play rough first. Play rough has a chance to kill the Scraggy if it has some bulk and is Eviolite. So I think with that in mind, my play... my play is to U-turn into Axew. Or I could just play rough and get off damage on it so that it can't sit up. That is another option. I think that's actually my better option. I want to play rough. We knock out the Abra, so we connect. We knock out the Abra. Kills Abra with play rough. And now all he has left is the Scraggy. So we can play rough it. We most likely kill. Or I'm sorry, it does 90 to 109. How many rolls do we have in our favor? Oh, wow. Okay, so most of the rolls are the 90.9, and we have one of the rolls is a 109. So we're most likely not going to kill here. A Drain Punch could do a lot, but we have Axew. It's not Intimidate, so it's probably Moxie. I'm just going to play rough. So we either get the one roll, or we don't. Yeah, we don't get the one roll. That's fine. We see a Drain Punch from the Scraggy. So it is at half. So Scraggy kills Purloin with Drain Punch. So now, gotta go Axew. We have the Unnerve. No berries are being used in my presence. I guess I just Outrage. Because we we don't outspeed it. We have a chance to outspeed it. I wonder if Scraggy gets Ice Punch. I'm sure it does. Outrage is 54 to 68. Most of the rolls are the one that isn't 54. Yeah, there's no reason to set up. I just have to Outrage. The only reason to set up would be to guarantee being faster next turn, but 2 Outrage is going to do more damage than a +1 Outrage. So I'm just going to Outrage. I'm just going to click the button. Just click the button. Sometimes what you got to do. Ice Punch has a chance to kill me. I'm not even sure if Scraggy gets Ice Punch. Or does it have a chance? Yeah, I don't think it actually has a chance. I'm at 90.9. So it has one of the rolls. 1 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 out of 16. It has a 1 in 16% chance. Or I'm sorry, not 1 in 16%. It has a 1 in 16 chance to knock me out. Ice Punch does. High Jump Kick does knock me out, most likely. But we've already seen the Drain Punch. Knock Off does not knock me out. There's the Outrage. Yes, and we knock out the Scrafty. Let's go. Woo! Alright. So we see Axew kills. I think I said Scrafty there for a second. Scraggy with Outrage. Alright. So, good game to my opponent. My opponent is a very good player. He's proven that in a lot of different games. So, definitely GG to you. It's weird. My prep was weird. It wasn't that weird. I felt like I could have prepped better. I definitely could have prepped better. The Z Aromatherapy Cleffa was a weird bring. and in my opinion, an unnecessary bring. I don't think that set made a whole lot of sense. It made sense when I thought of it originally, but I also originally thought that Cleffa got Moonblast and Stealth Rock. That's why it made more sense. Let's ask me if I got the replay. So I felt like I played pretty well. Again, hazard control, like Natu needs to start coming to matches. Natu needs to start coming. I did pick it up this week. I didn't bring it this week, obviously, but that needs to start coming a little bit more. I do really need to get hazards up. I really need to get hazards up because my team does force a lot of switches because my Pokemons are so hard to break, and because some of my breakers, like Axew, Cyndaquil, force a good amount of switches. So I do definitely need to work on getting Stealth Rock on the team and getting Spike and T-Spike on the team. Marini had T-Spike, but I just threw away my Marini. That was just a stupid play. I just completely forgot that Cutie Fly got Psychic. So that is completely on me, but that was obviously a misplay. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think of the battle down below. I forgot to say this earlier, but definitely subscribe if you like my content. Big things coming soon. Sword and Shield, really going to be stepping it up, so I hope you guys are excited for that. Don't forget to, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the battle. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.